What's good, brethren, and a few sisters who routinely listen to me. Man, it's something I was thinking about. Relationships in America. I know we SHTF, this is World War III, and we in it, man. Just wait for the false flag. But that's something I was thinking about when it talks about that men shall betray one another. It also says, trust not a friend, neither trust a guide. It also says that many people gonna be people in people's families is gonna be the ones betraying them. And I love my personal children. You know, I love them. I mean, you love your kids, man. You know, gone with all these BS standards and statements that people say against black men. Black men hate their kids. Damn all that. That's not going to exist after a while. When bombs start going off in this country, and when these immigrants or the people, sleeper cells or whatever that have been letting this country start letting loose, ain't nobody gonna give a damn about a hoe's Instagram pic. All this whole elevating bitches thing is gonna be obsolete. The whole dynamic of do I gotta take her on 3 or 4 dates? Bitch is gonna be bowing down, bro. They are systematically set up socially structured in this society to be bold, to be proud, to be arrogant, to be bad bitches. All that's going to disappear the moment real stuff start happening. EBT getting cut off, bombs here and there, bitches bitch up real quick. So, brothers, I'm thinking about some things, man. When it says we got to put away from ourselves mortal thoughts. Mortal thoughts kind of like even the philosophies, and also the mortal being just a human thought, We are humans and we love women and we want our families together and all that kind of stuff. And also the mortal thoughts of the philosophies of America. Oh, you got to be 6 feet tall, have a 6-inch, you want to have a 6-pack and 6 figures. But yeah, there's some nigga that work at the gas station that hit that for free in the gas station toilet, like bathroom for free. Like what I'm saying, these are the mortal thoughts. These are the philosophies. These are BS. It's not going to exist when this stuff starts hitting the fan. Women not going to even be really relevant like that, bro. Like, how they relevant now is because they are socially structured to be in an advantageous position to us. Therefore, and then now that they're more proud and stuff, they give women the power. The system is giving women the power. But the system's collapsing right before our eyes, man. This is over, bro. It's on its way out of here, bro. This is clear, very clear to me. It's funny to sit and watch. Now you're going to have, wars and people breaking each other's houses and killing. Now we're going to get to the betrayal part of this mix. I've been thinking about this for the last few days or so. And I'm like, man, you love your kids, you love your family and all that. But the family members when this stuff hit and they know you a prepper, know you into the Bible or whatever. Think about how families was separating stuff during the fake COVID crisis. You understand me? And all that happened then. And then did you even really see anything really in the streets? Or was you just told to beware? Was it really that bad, or was it just the okey-doke psychological okey-doke witchcraft okey-doke that they did? They got people to think in a certain way. Now, what if you start now in the next series of staged events? What about when real famine comes, real diseases and pestilence because of stress levels that's already in the people start manifesting themselves? And when real shit hit the fan, not just a bitch here or there, EBT card get cut off, but when people run out of food literally and their shelves are empty literally, and there's some bombs or whatever blowing up in the United States through these various sleeper cells literally, and it's really war in the streets. I had I'm just going to share this. I had I was dreaming. I was asleep. And a voice, I don't usually hear like no voice, but in the dream, it was like, I was say, oh man, that's kind of weird. I even go here, but it just happened last night. It was, let me see. It says something like, it will be a nomadic lifestyle. There ain't going to be no Amazon packages, deliveries, and something like that. I thought it was like a movie or a recording I was listening to. But I tried to, and I woke up, I was like, oh, shoot, I was kind of, when you wake up, you confuse it. He said, in the dream, it was like, it's going to be a nomadic lifestyle, and there ain't going to be no Amazon package deliveries and stuff like that. And he says, the voice says something else. I was like, what? And I thought it was, and I said, let me try to rewind it, because I didn't hear the last part. Because it went fast. I was like, because I didn't know, I usually have dreams, but I don't have no audible words that clear to me ever that I remember. But yeah, anyways, that's what I had in my dream last night. So that was weird. But I just wanted to share that, man. When this stuff hit the fans, ain't nobody care about no bitches Instagram and tattoo titties and ass crack, bro. That's only relevant because women have been in a position above men in this society to choose this dude, divorce that dude, grab the next dude, have this dude's kids over, have the new dude call the new dude daddy, and setting dudes up to get robbed, setting dudes up to get killed. One dude against another dude, one dead, the other one's in jail. She jump on the next third or fourth or fifth dude's wiener, and then continue the chaos. Bitch is not about to be relevant like that, bro. Right now, they relevant. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but as the white man system fall, remember, he the one that set these hoes up like this. And this system, people are laughing. The world is laughing at specifically the American white man. Really heavily laughing at. And Trump is your president? Like, if you really look at it, like, this guy's a joke. These are your choices. Dingbat, Kamala Harris, or Orange Man, President Trump. And I like this guy, you know what I mean? He's saying a sales pitch. I'm like, all right, whatever. He seemed to say what was on his mind, all right. And he's tired of the deep state. He's tired of the warmongers. And we shall be judged based on the wars that we don't get into. I'm like, nigga, you in 3 wars. You got a hot war with Yemen. You continue to fund the genocide in the state of Israel. And you just okayed the lighting up or starting another war with Iran. Nigga, what is this? Liar, man. All right, but on to the specifics of this video. Okay, yeah, 2 videos I would like to reference in this with regards to family, friends, and those that are close to you. When it says that man's enemies will be those of his own household. And you got to consider the time you in, man, where scripture also says man's, those that have wives, be as though you have none. So don't trust your friend. Not saying all friends, not saying all friends. Some people you can trust, but real talk, you got to be careful at these times, bro. Because when food and famine, and like I said, when the COVID stuff happened, people started betraying one another. Family turning, you ain't got the vax. You can't come over here. No, you can't come over here. You got to have at least wear a mask. And that's what something we ain't even seen. We ain't seen no real effects of that. You understand me? Like, people wasn't like turning to zombies in the streets and yet. You understand me? Nothing that was happening then. Speaking of zombies, let's go into these 2 movies. See, remember Lot's wife. Lot's wife, look that up, but Lot was one of the survivors of when the cities of Sodom got destroyed. Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed. Him and his wife and his 2 daughters, they initially escaped, but the angel came to Lot and said, do not look back. And none of your family looked back neither. And so they went about their way. But his wife, remember, Lot was an extremely rich dude. So you got to get 6 figures. And so he was a rich dude, and his woman looked back and disobeyed the order of the angel, and she was turned into a pillar of salt. Forever, she will forever be known as Lot's wife, the stupid bitch that didn't obey the Most High. So that's what you got to kind of consider in these times. Lot's wife is a lot of our wives, a lot of our friends, a lot of our family members. They're going to look back and try to level. Let's say if they, I don't know, man, they were offering, let's say they come out with a new vax or something. oh, this pandemic is happening. Oh, yeah. And they start turning in anybody who don't take the vax, like for a monetary fee. And you combine that with famine, loss of food. But we'll give you, like, kind of like they was paying that one, the first Purge movie, when they was paying people to purge, you know what I mean? So you just tell us who ain't got the vax and who's a rebel or whatever. You know, brothers like us, people like, oh, we ain't gonna take it. So, you know what I mean? They like, well, yeah. My sister, cousin, my aunt, uncle, they like that. And then, you know, after they apprehend them, you know, here's your $2,000. And with that, you go buy some food. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, people gonna betray one another. And no, the scriptures have said that. But I'm just kind of repeating. So I was thinking about this whole dynamic. Here we go to the first movie called Cell, C-E-L-L, with John Cusack. John Cusack seemed like a simp, man. And like maybe in real life too. Because, and this is the other movie with Forrest Whitaker, where 3 movies. One I have not watched. Cell I watched. And other movie, 2012 I watched, with John Cusack. Is the end of the world, literally the end of the world, as you know, stuff is erupting, a volcano is erupting, and this nigga's whole mission is to go and save his. I can understand saving your children, but this nigga goes and saves his ex-wife who getting ran through by her new husband. This nigga saved her husband and her. I'll take my kids, and the rest of you niggas can deal with the elements. I'm not about to be. This dude was actually a super Captain Sabo. But his whole thing was my family, and getting y'all. So what I'm saying is like we all love our families, but in the times to come, man, you gotta. It really it's bogus. It really sucks having family in America because you think that this is your woman until you find out otherwise. You know what I'm saying? You find out that she's married to Babylon. She looking back at Sodom. She married to Sodom, was married to America. You know what I mean? Essentially, what I say, these are wives and children of, and I love all my children, man, but I love them. However, these are wives and children of plantation, of slavery, of a plantation. America is a plantation, never changed. And so if you get out of line, this bitch will take you to the slave master, aka the child support judge, and show you how much of a plantation that this still is. So I'm thinking about the whole dynamics when scriptures say those that have wives be as though they have no wife. You got to also lump in there friends, be as though you have no friends. Children, be as though you have no children. As if it come down to it and your children betraying you or you, that's the kicker, man, your kids. But if you gonna have to just lead them in the hands of the Most High if it would be too spicy is what I'm saying. Now, yeah, if you can go save your children, absolutely. But if you find out that, dang, your children is betraying you, or your daughter don't like you, or your son don't like you, or they don't like you, you know what I mean? Or your auntie, or you gotta dip, man. Because it will likely be beneficial to them because they don't probably like you anyways. And when adversity comes, they're going to be the ones to very likely sell you out to the government or whatever, man. As what do you call it? Somebody that don't agree with the government, what they say and what they do. And if they handing out benefits, nigga, they handing out, think about it. It's food shortages, or it's some kind of pandemic, or it's some kind of nuclear attack or something. All this chaos going, and the government is offering, or come over here, and if you know any dissidents, that's the word. If you know any dissidents who don't agree with the government, man, I already know I'm probably be sold. I ain't speaking it, but based on how I speak on this video and in regular life, people know how I am. I'm like, I might have to get up out of here. Because I already know these people don't like me. They don't look at me like they don't like me now. Like neighbors and stuff I'm talking about. Some of my family members don't like me, but, you know, they put up with me because I'm so, beneficial to them. But so I already know some of them don't like me. And so I've learned over the years to love but not be in love with wife, children, friends. You know what I mean? Just love the Most High. And it's really when it comes down, it's you. It's a man in the mirror and a man upstairs. So John Cusack in the movie 2012 was going around the world trying to save his whore, adulterous whore wife, and saving her freaking man, ain't no way. So this earthquake was happening, and that movie was full of cap and close calls. But I still watched it because I liked all of the. I will say that the graphics is outstanding, and to see devastation and destruction, I think it's definitely a good movie for y'all to watch. Even though with all the simping and the just made it, we just made it BS. Yeah, Sammy, it's. I think y'all still like it. Watch it and tell me how y'all feel about it. But but yeah, that dude put his super cape on. This dude went heavy saving his ex-wife. Dude, I gotta get my family back. I gotta go here and get my family. I understand going into the house, grabbing your kids and getting the hell out of there. But let the wife and her new dude deal with the elements and they be in God's hands. That's not your concern. And if your children refuse to follow your instructions and be too defiant, hey, not your problem, bro. Y'all want to stay here with your mama? Okay, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, y'all gotta have a cold mentality with regards to the times that we're in, is what I'm saying. Is what the scriptures say, like, those that have wives, be as though you have none. So the main thing a man wants in life is a good-looking woman, his wife. And then from the wife come the children. So it's a bummer being situated here in this shit society of America because they have empowered the woman to be a weapon and an enemy unto you and to destroy you. You know what I mean? The woman it's so many examples, man. So as a defense mechanism, you can't really be too emotionally attached to these bitches. I mean, they always complain, men don't have emotional intelligence or emotional availability. Why would I? No, because, I'm going to tell you this. This is what it is. Because I am emotionally intelligent, meaning I have power over my own self and my emotions. Because of that, the more emotionally intelligent a man is, if we're going to use their stupid terms, the more emotionally intelligent a man is, the more he has power over himself and his integrity. Therefore, he will be less, the other key buzzword they always use, emotionally available. So the more emotionally intelligent he is, he's going to be less emotionally available to her. Because being too emotionally available to her means she can trigger, like, press buttons on a dude. Emotionally available niggas, you know what they is? Dead, or they in prison, or they simps. Number one, dead because he got in a fight with, or did something stupid over her. In prison because he sold some drugs, or got in a fight, or something, killed a nigga for her. Or a simp because he just simped out. He's emotionally available. See, all these buzzwords is some bullcrap. But emotionally unavailable dude is one who has his control over his emotions. See, man, they just go with whatever is the trend. The new trend is to say, okay, emotionally available. We don't know what that means, but we're going to go with it. The other girl said it. Okay, I believe it too. Let's applaud that word and let's start shaming men with it. So women, women have been utilized as weapons against men in this society. And it really, like I said, it's a bummer, man, because men, we love our children, and maybe before you even get to know how women really move, you already had kids with them or married or something. You find out by trial and error because maybe your father wasn't in your life. Yes, I mean, because your mom was probably a hole or something, and or purposely broke up with him, and these women are degenerate. And I ain't saying that happened to me specifically, but these women are degenerate, and they work hard to keep the man away from the kids. So then you can't get these life lessons about her raggedy ass and other women. So the more ignorant you keep men in the dark, and the more ignorant they are, the more power the woman has. Like they say, the more that you know more than the next person, the more power you have over the next person. So they keep the young man in the dark. That's why a lot of men is like not really approaching. Last week I seen like 4 black dudes walking up the street, and I was taking my walk, and it was this, I think she was a black chick, chunky black chick with a weave, but she was walking real proud towards them. I think it was a black chick, man. Yeah, she was darker, but the sun's coming out more, and so. But neither one of these dudes hit on her, which was weird, because they just kind of like act like they want nothing to do with her. It was weird, and I'm like, a lot of these dudes is not approaching broads, man. Some of it because they into each other, I understand that, but Some of them like, yo, I don't even like black women no more. You know what I mean? So a lot of them don't. So, and they got badass attitudes. And that was like I could kind of see it. Like if those dudes hit on her, oh God, this another, oh God. Then she'll be proud and have a repellent attitude. But anyways, so that's what scripture tells us, man. You got to have a cold shoulder, man. You got to love, but not be in love. See, being emotionally available, that means you in love with the female. You could love. I had two of my exes contact me. One wanted to meet up with me and just see how things are going. And the other one just wanted to, quote, quote, see how things are going. Yeah, when these women's cages start getting rattled, when this stuff, like y'all see the SHTF stuff happen right now, the war, they talking about drafting and all this stuff. These women shook up. Well, drafting women, these chicks are shook up. Expect these bitches to hit you back, you know what I mean, and try to get back with you, or just quote, quote, see how you doing. You know what I mean? How I'm doing? Bitch, you ruined my life. How you think I'm doing? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, so I ain't saying it happened to me. I'm just saying, you know, these broads, they have like no moral compass. Women don't care, bro. So, you know, they'll just sleep with, you know, your uncle or something and then be like these women are really filthy. They'll do some dirty stuff with a dude, swallow his genetics, you know what I mean, seed, and then, you know, maybe brush her teeth, and then come on and kiss the kids, man. And then kiss the man, the boyfriend or husband on the face, man, and the lips. And they won't think nothing about it, bro. Like, and I've seen the chick, she said, see, the beauty of social media is you could listen to their own voices talking about the filth that they did, bro. Proudly. Whew. And then you see these dudes, they just, you know, hey, let the simp be a simp. Let the more masculine-minded men like us be more masculine-minded, and let the chips fall where they may. And let the hoes be out there with they weaves, you know, and their receding hairlines, and let everybody get what they already gonna get anyway. At this point, I just wanted to drop this because it's been in my mind, like the whole thing of being overly concerned with family and, oh, this is my family. Back to, so this other movie of Forrest Whitaker, what is it, man? I forgot the name of this doggone movie. But where he traveled, I haven't seen this yet, I admit that. But Cell, it was like a zombie apocalypse going on, right? And it was the vaccine or whatever was in it. Certain things got activated by cell towers and stuff, right? So, and cell phones. So John Cusack was the simp. He wanted to go save his son, which, like I said, he talking about his son and his wife. Did they find his wife? Oh, was it this movie or? I ain't telling you. You got to watch it. But but it's always, hey, you know, he on that, let me go get my family. He's like, and it's like, we all love our family, but you got to know what time it is, man. It's war time. It's betrayal time. And if these women have been, these are children and wives of plantation wives and children, man. PWC, man. Plantation wives and children. I hate it. I love all my children, but I hate the circumstance of this place. If this was a patriarchy and you had something to fight for and these are your children, you have full control over your house, and you have other masculine, you know, minded fellow brothers who think the same and we're all fighting for the same cause, then I could understand, let's all get together and fight for what's ours. Like back in the 60s, you could be like, all right, these are our families and stuff. I fight for my children, but these women, bro, shit. These women ain't virgins. These women routinely jump from dude. I don't give a damn about the majority of these hoes, bro. You can start over with the white woman or the Hispanic woman. These black women, I'm not fighting for them, bro. I don't. What's my motivation, bro? What am I gonna get? What am I trying to hold on to? I fight for my children. But, you know what I mean, my woman, nah, man, bro, if you don't have absolute 100% authority over this bitch, it was a fool's move to die for the honor of a female who don't even give a damn about you. Nah, I'm too important for that. You know, let her do her own thing. Let her be off to mercies of the Most High. Whatever happened or happened. Kids, if it's too difficult and you can't, like for example, in this example with or if your kids turn against you, you cry your tears, it'd be gut wrenching and hurtful. But a lot of times they're gonna pivot with their mama. You understand me? And so one, let me see. He was looking for his son in Cell. Let me see. The movie Cell 2009 or something. I know it's old. No, it was 2016. I know it's old, but 9 years ago or so. But I think it's worth watching. Chaos happened. Everybody. It was a real good movie, actually. He was motivated. I gotta go get my son. So he wanted to go to the city to go find his son, Shine or whatever, in the midst of all these zombies and stuff. At a certain point, the situation is too difficult for you to. I ain't gonna tell you how it ended, but I think it's worth watching. And you'll see my point, possibly, very likely. That's why I say those that have wives be as what? As though you ain't got no wife. Yes, I mean, at a certain point, if your kids are with you, yeah, you do what you got to do to protect or be killing people that's trying to get at your kids and all this. Anybody who, because they under your authority. If your woman is 100% under your authority, yeah, you do what you got, and it's been proven over time. Yeah. But with all this women trying to spin a block and come back, get back out there to the elements. You off to where you off. I don't care really nothing about you. Emotionally, yeah, sure, you got some emotional this and that, but bitch, my life is worth more than yours. So from the streets thou cometh, and to the streets thou shalt return. Now, the streets too dangerous now. Oh, so you want to come back to the rock. Oh, you want to come back to the umbrella. Oh, yeah, the shelter. Nah. Go back to the streets from whence you came, bro. Go home, girl. But with the kids, it's like, if they under your authority, but if they are, you gotta, if you're going to be as though you ain't got no wife, if you got a wife, how much more the kids? If they that's the caveat. If they going to sway towards a mother, and, it's like a loose element. So, or what do you call it? A loose end. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, that's the things, man. You got to watch all those. You make a judgment call on your own. My kids, I love my kids, all of them. You know what I mean? They are well behaved and all that manner. I'm just throwing all this stuff out there so we could think about these things, man. And some of, it's, let's say you don't want to deal with the mother and y'all separated, but you love the kids, but then she could probably pull on the kids' heartstrings to make a move and pivot on you. You know what I'm saying? So in these times, you got to think about all this stuff. Really, it's real talk. So you might have a time where you might become too dangerous that you might have to, I might have to run away, bro. Like with the zombie apocalypse with the Cell movie, it's like, dude, you don't even know where your son is. You really don't know. So you are going against all odds to find your son in the midst of all these damn zombies, and you don't even know where the hell he is. So it's like, dude, I mean, you got an idea where he is. Like, dude, those that have wives, be as though you have none. Those that have children, you got up to the Most High, you pray your prayers. The Most High hear your prayers, especially in these times to come when they become more dangerous out here like that. We're going to need spiritual interaction from the Most High, because there's going to be evil spiritual interaction out here wholesale. So we don't need him, and he will shield us and protect us in those times. So your prayer is going to mean something. If you mean something to the Most High, your kids mean something to the Most High, and your prayers mean something to the Most High. So that's what I'm talking about. At that point, you got to walk by faith. My kid in, I'm in Detroit, my kid in, Chicago or something, like, I'm not about to trek from here to Chicago, you understand me, through a whole bunch of concentration camps and checkpoints. That's like hundreds of miles, bro. No, hold on. I'm trying to think about it. That's a grip, bro. It's like a 200 mile. And that's on driving. You know what I mean? And plus, I don't even know where he at, man. At a certain point, bro, you gotta make a judgment call. I'll put it like that. But how in a movie with Cell, that I use that as an extreme example. You gotta make a judgment call. Zombies out here. I don't even know where he at. I gotta go find my son. And you don't know, man. You know what I mean? Pray for your son, and hey, it is what it is. Lot didn't turn around because his Wife turned around, oh, my baby, that's my boo. The bitch dead, man. She didn't follow instructions. If your kids ain't following your instructions and they, I don't really like talking against children because as long as, they're kids, you always gonna have emotions, because that's a genuine, bond. But we have to look at all angles too. We talking about World War III that we in, you understand, and collapse. So these are mentalities we need. This is war, that soon will likely be waged against us as black men, openly. Yeah, it's on Hispanics now, but, with the ICE stuff, but it's always been against a black man in America. So we always been the main direct enemy. So don't, in my opinion, I'm always on, alert against my own, well, not against, but on alert towards my own fellow brothers, not brothers, but black men. I'm watching my back because I already know our people have you got too many simps, you got too many men that's led by bitches, and you got too much brotherly hatred among most black people. And they think like bitches, and they might be physically masculine, but they think like emotionally like broads. And then you include that there's a lot of drug use as Americans in general. And these people is led by, the spirits, the drugs, you can't really, I don't trust none of these people. So I'm always kind of just watching my peripheral, watching six, keep my head on the swivel. Then you got the police, you don't know what's going to happen with that. It's always a war. You don't walk through the valley of the shadow of death, man. I fear no evil. Then the second movie, 2012, he was simping and gotta fight my family. It's like, dude, man, you going through all this to protect, and then I ain't gonna tell you the ending, but I ain't gonna tell you. You watching on your own. Just, I ain't like the ending. But anyway, so now the third movie with Forrest Whitaker, the scenario, I forgot the name of it, but the scenario is that his pregnant fiance, he's going across the country, the apocalypse has happened, or some chaotic events have occurred, and he's trying to get to some city miles and miles and miles, not like one city over, we're talking about like a state over or something like that, or 2 states over. And he's trying to go on this trek. I just read the synopsis summary. He's trying to go on this trek to find his pregnant fiance and all that shit. My thing is this, man. How do I even know nowadays, bro? And that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Those that have wives be as though you ain't got no wife. Because real talk, even if nowadays we don't even know if the woman is pregnant with your child. With these bitches, what is she doing 2-3 states away or whatever? And who's she doing before the collapse occurred? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, I ain't seen the movie, but I would like to watch it and then give y'all maybe a review or something. But you gotta, my point and all I'm saying here is that we have to not really hold people too tight to the chest in these days. Love your kids, but don't be in love with them. I love all my kids, but I'm more in love with the Most High. And, I understand that it's a time of love and a time of hate, and it's a time of peace, and it's a time of war. And this time we're in right now, it's a time of war. And in those days, we commanded to, hey, be those that have wives, you got to be as though you ain't got no wife. They come in, if it's undoable or it's going to put you at absolute jeopardy and you up here trying to go, you have to make your own judgment call. And if it's my kids, I'll kill for my kids, no question. You understand me? As long as they follow my instructions like they usually do, yeah. Why not? These are my children. You understand me? But you have to watch the angle, but they got to be under your complete authority, and then you're responsible, to protect them. Absolutely. Same as your woman. You're responsible to protect your property, but if it becomes like, I don't know, a fire or something, and I don't know, man, you went to the grocery store and a nuclear bomb broke up, or I don't know, 2 states over, and a collapse has occurred and martial law is taking place and all these zombies around. It might not be a good idea to go ahead and try to make that, 2-state trek. You know what I mean? Just something I wanted to throw out there. Tell me what y'all think, man. But yeah, just the times we in, I'm just something I was thinking about, man. These are something. What about the children, man? And family during SHTF. I don't know if I really did, but a lot of times now when we talking about family during SHTF, when you really think about it, jeez, man. Even if a dude got a bunker that's 30 feet down underground, and 5 years, you could live 5 years in his bunker. The reality, man, dude, American Blackout, I believe that's what the movie was, when the father had a bunker and all that. It was a freaking family member, boyfriend of the family member, who got him jacked up, almost killed. So you think that if you got a bunker, I mean, think about it. It's gonna be the family that be breaking it down. Family members gonna say, yeah, he got like 3 weeks worth of food. Yeah, I know where it's at too. You know what I mean? So all these things gotta be considered, man. So I think that in this time we gotta wear everything loosely, man. I mean, you got stuff, you love your kids, you love your wife, but if this stuff becomes too hot and spicy and betrayal and all this kind of stuff, you're like, you know what? This is too heavy for me. And like that's why I say it's bogus. It sucks in this setup because there's so much division already in the Black community and in general in this country. When it comes to families, like you gotta wear these things loosely, man, because they could become an anchor. They become like like somebody, like a ball and chain around your foot. You know what I mean? And you trying to swim with a ball and chain. You know what I mean? So in these kind of times, you gotta family, man. I love my children, man, but you got to consider everything, man. So like your family gonna be the ones who know the most intimate stuff. Your woman, your wife gonna be the one to know that you prepping. You know what I mean? You got the 4 months worth of food. You know what I mean? You think she ain't gonna tell her sister, cousin, aunt? Yeah, sure you told her not to. Yeah, sure you did. You think she ain't gonna tell when her sisters, aunties, or whatever, and brothers talk about, man, we ain't got no food and this, and they run up. You think your woman ain't gonna run her fat mouth and tell them, well, he got food. We got a little bit of food. You think her mama is hungry? So the thing is, what I'm saying is that you think she ain't gonna tell her mama that you got a little food? Yeah, it's hard unless you like a gray wolf kind of dude and what do you call it, hermit, and you just kind of own a solo. It's difficult. It's gonna be difficult for you to hide all that and keep it hidden. One of the best preps, like I'll be watching like what's that prepper dude, man? Just different prepper dudes be having like compounds and I'm like, dang nigga, but you showing it on the world, to the world. So dang, bro, like it's a lot of people like, well, hey, well, I don't really need to prep because I know where you live. Like if stuff really hit the fan, I got your coordinates, nigga. That's how, like, dang, why is you showing all what you got, bro? Like they showing, like I was watching this prepper special when they had a bunch of crazy preppers, man. It was, I mean, I'm a prepper minded dude, but I'm like, dang, these niggas crazy. Yeah, one dude was like, yeah, you can. What he urinated in a cup and then put it through this process, filtered it out, and then him and his wife drank his urine from a freaking wine glass, and she was drinking it. And I was like, I mean, yeah, you can drink it after you filter it and stuff. That is true. They said urine is sterile, but nigga, I'm still gonna try to filter some water. You know what I mean? It's supposed to urine. If it get that bad, but never. I would, I don't really know all that, but there's some reason that your body's getting rid of it. You know what I mean? And maybe if it really come down to it, yeah. I mean, because I heard of urine therapy or whatever, but I don't want to be drinking no piss. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that that's what a lot of these preppers, man. I seen this other one. This one dude said, "Yeah, when the stuff hits the fan, we're gonna go door to door." His prep was that his crew is bigger than your crew. Yeah, man, and your door can be destroyed. You know what I mean? And we can get up in there and take what you got. That's this dude, some fat, unhealthy looking dude, talking about he a big target on his body. You know what I mean? he had a bulletproof vest, and his vest was too small. You know what I mean? It's just a fat white dude. You know what I mean? Your bulletproof vest don't even cover your side areas, your liver, and you know what I mean, your other left lung. You still, you know, but he got a crew. You know what I mean? He probably won't last long because you know other people probably will be thinking the same thing. But that's just prep. Then this other person, what was they prep? They had like a place out in the woods. It's like y'all showing y'all preps, man. Like, what are you doing? The whole point of prepping is to be low key. But they proud and they believe that they, you know, go survive the apocalypse. One little piece of information can get you slipped up. That's what I got from that documentary After Armageddon is that one person know what you got. Hey, slip up. One slip up can get you got. And the father, he got because he had one loose end. And that's what I'm talking about. Families can be uncalculatable loose ends. So you have to think about all things. You got to think about it, man. Her boyfriend went and told his enemies about the food he got and then gave them the food. And he put two and two together and found the entrances. And you know what I mean? And went about robbing his house, robbing his preps. And really, he could have killed him, the whole family. You know what I mean? But for the sake of the documentary, you know, it was acting and all that. It was, you know. But in real life, why would they keep the people alive? If that's a mercy that they didn't smoke them. But so that's what I'm talking about, man. Family during SHTF, you have to think about all angles, man. Your children, man, you love them. It's a case by case. If you got a rebellious child and they don't listen to you, man, hey, you pray for this nigga and keep it pimping, keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Like, look, it's a collapse, and they not obeying your instructions now, and you the father. How you gonna be in the same house with somebody that's not even gonna follow your instructions? Same with your woman. She might find out about the reward that's gonna be put on you if they think about it. If women think about it, bro. If right now women betray men and we ain't even in no collapse situation. But my woman will never do that. Not my woman. Nigga, please. Think about, they already betrayed their man right now, bro. And the pain and the misery has not even started like that. So these are all things, I'm just going to put it out there. You have to think for yourself. And consider all angles and the personality type of your particular child and all this and that. You know what I mean? Based on my situation, I had to make certain judgment calls based on that. But I ain't want to make this video too long, man. It just kept flowing and going. But yeah, these are things, man. Family during SHTF, man. You gotta, what was some other weird prepper? So the dude, him and his wife drinking piss, the other person going door to door and talking about, that's our preps. And they had like a lot of money, and they had a prepper group, who had like a compound on some acres, and they had it was like for example, it was like 4 watchtowers, you know what I mean? Like kind of like a castle. It was like a SHTF castle kind of thing out in the woods. I'm like, okay, so you mean to tell, so that's at least, you know, let's say 4 families. It was more. I don't remember how many families, but every new family that you bring in, or, you know, yeah, you can have them sign, swear to secrecy and all that. But look, man, you putting this stuff, you spend all this hundreds of thousands of dollars on a compound in the middle of nowhere, and you putting it on TV so people know. You think nobody gonna know where you at, bro? Like all that money put into this prep stuff, and then you just blow all of that by telling one person could just snitch and say, "Oh, they got food. I know where it's at." Yeah, he told me not to tell nobody, but I know where it's at though. And he won't really mind. It's my uncle. He ain't gonna mind. He will definitely mind. So I concluded with this prepping stuff that the main prep, bro, is prepare to die and see the Most High and have a good relationship with him. Because real talk, most of us gonna have to if this thing, which it likely is gonna be like the real stuff hitting the fan, people breaking in people's houses, you might be able to stay in your crib, but say like next city over, they might not. You know what I mean? They might be up here running and doing the just on a solo thing. Pitching a tent and just out to the elements and just seeing what happens. You know what I'm saying? Nomad thing. That might be where you had to be. Or you might be able to chill in your crib. But when the stuff hit the fan, we just don't know. When it hit the fan locally, excuse me, like your block, your neighborhood, you know what I mean? Your street, you know what I mean? That's a judgment call at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So these are all things I just pondering some things. Thought I'd drop that out there for y'all to, hear about it and all that. But anyways, brothers, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, go ahead and do so using the Cash App in the description. Peace.